Hello.
Hi, we're back.
Welcome back
We're
to
back.
The Art of Being Safe with Rosalia Bañuelos and
Cherie.
hi, Shuri. I'm so glad that we're back.
Me too.
This is our third episode,
Yes.
and we'll be discussing food as medicine for a long time. We're just going to see how long we can discuss food as medicine for because when you talk about what we're doing, um, it's a topic that we can really dive deep into, and we want to explore it.
In essence, of the food as medicine, but the word medicine itself. Because to me, the medicine is anything we're putting in our mind, anything we're putting in our body, what we're putting in our body. So it's like all encompassing, which we will get into in a minute, about the original meaning of medicine versus what it's become.
Right.
So,
So, in The Art of Being Safe, this is a show where we explore what it truly means to feel safe enough to create, think, and evolve, because safety isn't just about protection, it's about permission. The permission we give ourselves in all areas of our lives, permission to imagine, to rebuild, to detox what no longer serves us. And I am Rosalia Bañuelos. I'm the co-founder of Creatopia Inc., where we value the benefits of safe spaces and what that does to creativity and how you need safe spaces to create. So we do that through video and events and live activations with entrepreneurs in Houston.
perfect. And I'm Cherie, the founder of the Wellness Trifecta, a framework rooted in self-development, clean choices, and daily habits. After 37 years of my own wellness journey through body, mind, soul, and environment, and holistically overcoming chronic ulcerative colitis, PTSD, thyroid issues, I guide others to question the health industry, trust themselves again, and build sustainable wellness from the inside out, one choice at a time. Together, we're unpacking how the environment we live in, the thoughts we carry, and the system we move through shape the lives we're designed. This content and information is educational purposes only and is not intended for medical advice. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Disclaimer.
Yes.
It's important to have our disclaimer.
Yes. These are
Ooh.
our opinions, our experiences,
Yes.
and everybody has to manage what works best for them. And we are here to share what we find, what we research, what all of those things, and things that we've applied in our own lives as well.
Yeah.
Majority of the things, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking as like just how we get started, right? I was thinking, when did you first start really thinking about what you put into your body? For me, it was when I was pregnant with my daughter. Like before that, I was into yoga, and I was already pretty like wellness driven. I started learning about like the Dirty Dozen and like the food and like how there's stuff in your food that you shouldn't be putting into your body. I was like kind of understanding it. I was vegetarian for a little bit, but it was really when I was pregnant with her because then I was growing somebody inside of me, and I was like, everything that goes into my body is directly, it's like going straight into her.
Right.
And so I became like a little paranoid and a little like, as a mama bear, like as a mom, I think we do that. I mean, you have to. You have to think of how to protect your babies.
Right.
And how do you protect your babies?
Right.
And for me, it was like, how do we become as less toxic as possible? How do I not lose my mind about eating organic, eating local, making my own food, right? Like that's really when I started that process and that transformation, because it is a lifestyle. Like it's not a diet. It's not something that you do
Right.
once in a while. It's not just like something you step into and come out of. Like you have to completely change your life.
Right. Yes, and ditto to you, because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I've always kind of been health conscious and wanting to take care of my body and working out in on some way or another. And when I got pregnant, my oldest daughter just turned 30. And so when I got pregnant with her is when I started to become health conscious. And back then there was no internet, so there was no going and researching anything. It was all like kind of little blurbs that you would hear here and there. And so like one of the things that I was really big into, and no judgment zone, 30 years ago, I was drinking tea, but I was drinking, in the tea, I was drinking sweet and low. And I'd heard little blurbs about how fake sweeteners were bad for you. And so that was one thing that when I got pregnant, I quit fake sweeteners and never went back to them.
Right.
And little by little, as things evolved and grown, and I've done, different eating things. And back then it was a low fat, no fat, which now we know was not good for us. But I did that as well. And then as soon as I learned that that wasn't good, then I pivoted into something else. Do you know what I mean? So I've always stayed like as current as I can be around that. And I did have somebody ask me the other day, they're like, well, what is the best diet? Like, what is the best like food thing that people should be eating? And I said, well, it really kind of depends on your body, because for me, my body responds really well to the paleo food plan. My body responds really well. Which I'm wanting to go back to that, because my body does respond well to that. So some people may be more Mediterranean, some people may be more, the Whole30. It's like, but it's finding something that you can do. And again, it's not perfect. It's, the 80-20 split. It's like 80% is, and then 20% is not, maybe. Do you know what I mean? And if you're really wanting to niche in and lose some weight or something, then you may want to go 100% for a while. Do you know what I mean? But it's like finding your balance. And then I brought up as well is the Blue Zone show. And it's like each culture had health, but they all were eating different things. But it was also the lifestyle, the walking, the community, the gardening, all of the things that they were doing to encompass a healthy lifestyle. And, are they 80-20? I don't know what their real lives look like. Do you know what I mean? But on the show, what it exposed was each culture has their own diets, but a lot of them were eating out of the garden and fresh things, and they knew what was in their food and that type of thing.
Right,
So.
and you think about just humans, right? Like human evolution and where we started. Like we've always had to grow our own food.
Right.
And it makes and how did people get through the depressions, right? They grew their own food. So that's what we really want to dive into. How we've our relationship with food, our relationship, like how close is your food being grown to your home? Like how much does it have to travel? We'll dive into different topics, and if anybody wants to talk about anything specific, let us know.
Yes, please let us know.
But we really want to start just talking about food as medicine. Actually, what I talk about when I was in the Peace Corps. I was in the Peace Corps.
That's pretty cool.
From 2009 to 2011 in Mozambique. It's an African country. They speak Portuguese. And I was with a community-based organization, which is really cool because a lot of what I was doing, what I'm doing now, which is a lot of just organizational development with community organizations, and really figuring out how we make them sustainable. So that's what we were doing in Africa.
Love that.
With a community-based organization, and we did a lot of HIV and AIDS awareness, a lot of community activities and awareness and talking to leaders. So a lot of what I'm doing now, which is awesome. But something that we also integrated, and something that as volunteers we kind of had to train the organizations to do, is how to bring in ongoing income. And there was this other organization in Mozambique that was training people how to take the plants that are naturally grown in Africa. So where we were, there was neem, eucalyptus, moringa, just all these gigantic trees that naturally grew and that were available, that people didn't know could be used as medicine. So we actually we did a whole course on how to turn eucalyptus into tinctures, or how to turn all these different plants into different types of tinctures, or even like edible things that could be very beneficial for people with AIDS, or with people with nutritional deficiencies or whatever, because we had a lot of that where we were. So that's that's before I was pregnant. So that's when I first was introduced to food as medicine, and just how medicine is around us with stuff that's naturally grown, right? And so from there, there's been that passion of keeping that alive. And I think something that you and I connect on a lot about, something that you and I connect on is how do we return to staying connected to nature, right? Or Mother Earth, and how that that connection just naturally nurtures us, and
Right.
how like when we are connected, we can grow our own food, we can find the medicine around us, we can just tap into what is naturally there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just bringing like food as medicine. Like that's what I remember it being first really introduced like as a business or as a strategy or as a concept. Besides just me implementing it for my like day-to-day living.
Right. And just to be clear, because I wanted to go down the rabbit hole of the word medicine, and I wanted to go back to what was the word before traditional medicine implemented this word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear a lot of people saying, you know, this is medicine, this is medicine, this is medicine, and I had it in my mind the modern medicine, which is that it treats a symptom. However, the origin of it goes back to the art of healing, ironically,
Oh, wow.
with the name of our show.
Huh.
But it's the art of healing, but it's healing on the body, mind, and spiritual level. So it's the holistic aspect as well. So it's not just food from medicine. It's like everything we put in our body, on our body, surround ourselves with, it is either helping us or hurting us. There's, and I don't know that it's that fully black or white, but in essence, it kind of is.
I mean, it is.
Do you know what I mean?
It
And
is.
it's like,
I think it is.
I mean, I like coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, and sometimes I eat sweets. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I know coffee probably isn't the best for me. There's the arguments on both sides,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still doing it, and because that's something that I'm choosing to do, and I'm aware that I'm doing it. I'm not, I don't want to pretend like I'm not doing something that could be doing whatever for me, right? I do like to get natural coffee, no mold, all of that, and still, sugar, another outsource, right? But it's like that is something that, you know, has shown to be harmful, inflammation in the body and different things. But it's like, and I still do it. Now, in my home, I keep my pantry very clean. No seed oils, no gluten. Like my house is clean. And if there is something with sugar in my house, you know that it has sugar, and there's no hidden sugars in my house. And that was something when I did the Whole Life 30, when I was doing CrossFit, is that it was like when I really got into like really looking at the ingredients. And this is probably 15 years ago or something. And I was like, oh my God, like I thought that I had been like all day long, I thought that I was eating clean. And then I would like have like, if I had a candy bar, I was like, that's my sugar. Well, once I started looking at ingredients, I realized everything had sugar in it. I didn't realize I had been eating sugar all day long. Tomato sauce, taco seasoning, whatever, right?
It's
like,
amazing how much high
High fructose.
corn syrup is in everything.
Everything.
Just everything.
So then I went through this whole thing of purging all of that out of my kitchen. Like, so there's no hidden sugar, toxins, seed oil, gluten. There's nothing like that in my house. There's no gluten anyway because I'm gluten free. But it's like really realizing what that is. And so it's you know, when going out, and we went to a seed oil free, very high gluten free, almost 98% gluten free steakhouse the other day. Like the first in Houston. Maybe Texas, maybe the US, I'm not sure because I haven't researched it, but it's like farm to table, seed oil free, 98% gluten free, like it's like super freaking legit farm to table. They outsource local as much as they can, they do organic as much as they can, and it's, so there is ways to go out and be healthy as well, but your
Right.
home is the only thing you have full control over,
Right.
right? And then sometimes you're gonna meet friends out and you can't do that. So there, again, there's no perfect way to do that, but it's like, where's that energy going, and what are you intentionally putting in your life? Like you're saying, it's a lifestyle. So it's like, how am I living today? Sometimes I feel like I know so much, and sometimes I wish I didn't know so much, but I love knowing
I
so
know.
much because sometimes
I
it
know.
spoils things. And it's like, I wonder, you know, when I was like 20 years ago and I didn't know all this stuff, I could just run around and do whatever. And I was just like, you know, and now I'm like,
Right?
okay, well, that's toxic. Okay, well, how much ratio toxin do I want to put in my day today? And
They do say ignorance is bliss.
ignorance is bliss. And I will call it out. So I'm not, you know, I'm like, that's toxic, that's healthy, that's toxic, that's healthy. And it's just like, it's like repetitive in my mind as far as like thinking, like if I'm drinking something with plastic, I'm like, okay, I know I'm drinking microplastics right now. I try to
Right.
bring my own cups. I try to do that, and I do a pretty good job, but I'm not 100%.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's doing the best that you can
You know,
with
and
what you
that's,
have, but
and
it is a lifestyle for sure.
yeah, and I think a good point, and we've talked about this, the like doing the thing 80% of the time and then 20% of the time giving yourself a break. So if you're like, if you're looking to transition into a healthier like eating lifestyle, if you're really, because it is very overwhelming once you start to
When you start, it's
realize,
very,
once you start to realize how many toxins are in our food. Like there's a reason why Holland from Norway, who was just here for the World Cup, they like ship their own food.
right.
They ship like
And I don't
tons
blame
of
them.
their own food, and yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I think just the mental health note, right? Because I bring in the mental health awareness. Just give yourself that break. Like know that it's like baby steps, and as long as you're taking little baby steps to say you want to be 100% like gluten-free and no plastic, and because that's kind of where I want to get to, and I'm still not there. After like however many years I've been aware of things, I'm still not like 100% clean, right? I still, yeah, there's still some things I still drink out of plastic. There's still like stuff that I do. I still drink alcohol. I still like, there's stuff that I do. But I do feel like, yeah, just to be aware of like you're changing, like transformation takes a lot.
Yes.
Like anytime you're stepping into any sort of transformation, it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna be learning a lot. You're gonna be letting go of a lot. You're gonna be detoxing a lot. Like even just the process of detoxing and like starting to eat healthy, what that does to your body and how like you'll feel pain, you'll feel emotions, you'll feel stuff come out as you're detoxing, and that's totally normal.
Right.
Just keep drinking water, make sure you're resting, check in with your friends, be like, hey, Cherie or Roselia, like, did you ever feel this or did you ever go through this? I think just really being aware of like, you're taking the baby steps, and it's okay. And it's okay if you decide to go out to eat and have like whatever, right? Like it's okay. The one thing for me, I want to hear your non-negotiable, but my non-negotiable is I just don't ever go to fast food restaurants. Like my daughter, who's 13, has had McDonald's once because she was with somebody else and they gave her McDonald's. But with me, we've never bought it. Like I just don't ever go to fast food restaurants. And when I do go out to eat, I try to be as clean and like as mindful as possible. What's your non-negotiable?
I don't do fast food, I would say, but I mean, I will do a Chipotle every once in a while. I don't really know that they're celiac free. But my non-negotiables, I mean, I don't do gluten. I've been over 15 years totally clean. I continued to eat gluten for 5 years longer than I knew that I should be because of the inflammation, and it would automatically within 10 minutes trigger my ulcerative colitis. However, I've been clean from gluten for 15, 16 years. That's a non-negotiable for me. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't. There's things that that I don't do, and I haven't drank in 37 years alcohol.
Wow.
Now, I do tinctures that are alcohol based because that's a preservative. And you can get them without that preservative. However, they're not going to last as long. And, you know, and again, even talking about alcohol, I think that, you know, there's a reason why in shows when people get a gunshot and they pour alcohol in it, because it is a disinfectant as well. And I think that if there's a tincture that has alcohol in it, and this is going to probably hit a little hard if anybody in recovery is watching me right now, because this is something that I have chosen to put in my life because I am holistic and I do like to do tinctures and I do like to have that part of wellness in my medicine cabinet. And so again, this is, am I helping my health or am I hurting my health? And you know, am I using it as medicine or am I, you know, downing the bottle and getting another bottle and, you know, doing those things?
Right.
So,
It's
and
the
that was something
intention.
that I had to really negotiate out on myself with the lifestyle that I have versus am I willing to do that, even that level of alcohol. Now, I don't drink alcohol, but there is that. So again, is that the 80-20?
Right.
or 80, 90, or
Yeah,
90.
like you said in the
10.
beginning, I really do think it's a lot of what works for you.
Right.
I have a theory, I don't know how to prove this, but I have a theory that based on your ancestry, like where you came from, like where your ancestors were from, I really think that affects what food is best for you. Like if I have ancestors that came from the Mediterranean, like I'm probably more likely to benefit from Mediterranean food, which I do think so. And so I eat a lot of Mediterranean food.
Which is super yummy. And then there's also the book that came out eons ago, Eat Right for Your Type. And so that book goes
Right.
into eating right for your blood type. And if you go in and look
Right.
at it, you can kind of see, you're like, oh yeah, my body does process those things better. I'm O, so I tend to be more of a meat eater and less gluten.
Same.
Do you know what I mean?
You're O too?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember if I'm like O, which O I am, but I think I'm just O. I think I'm the O.
Just O?
Are you O too?
I think I'm O positive.
O positive?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it was interesting looking at that, because it's like, so should you eat for your blood type? Should
Right.
you eat for your culture? Should
Right.
you eat for, you know what I mean? And I really do think it's like everybody finding what works for them. And I don't think it's a one size fits all.
Yeah. There are things that I've just kept that I started in the beginning. Like I'll do fruit fasts every once in a while,
Okay.
just to detox and just eat fruit for like 10 days. That really helps me just clear up my system. And when I first started, like I thought I was going to be vegetarian for a long time, but it didn't work out because I like fish too much and tacos. So
Tacos.
that was impossible.
Yeah, in Houston, that's a tough one. That was, yeah.
But I was vegetarian maybe for like 6
And you
months.
can still be vegetarian and eat tacos, but they're just not the same as
But the seafood, I
barbacoa
can't,
ones
I
or
can't give up
something.
the
Yeah.
seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so yeah, lifestyle, right? And really like figuring out what works best for you. But the things that I have been able to keep are doing fruit fasts every once in a while, and then making sure I talk about colonics a lot and hydrotherapies and how that's beneficial just for detoxing and cleansing in general. And I want to talk a little bit about why it's important for us to talk about food as medicine. Like what we like to talk about on this show is how to detox and why detoxing and making sure that what is going into your body, just how that's affecting your mental health, right?
Right.
We talk about that.
Because our gut, in my opinion, our gut, I know that this is going to be another argument. I'm willing to stand in the heat.
Stand in it.
I believe that our gut is our first brain. I'm just throwing this out there. I'll argue with whoever about this, because my intuition tells me before my head starts thinking. And if I listen to my gut, and not only is it my emotional center, but it's also like where the food is coming through your body to get eliminated. So you're doing the colonics, and I've done 3 rounds of parasite cleanses. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's still like detoxing the body and
Right.
eliminating the toxins in the body that no longer serve you for your best health performance, right? And whether it's a colonic or it's a parasite cleanse, I believe that, again, I'll fight anyone on this, that the term, when I was younger, you would hear people when you got sick, they go, oh, you have a stomach bug. Okay, all terminology has come from somewhere. So where did you have a stomach bug come from? And I believe because parasites have been around a long time, and a lot of people have known that if you are sick, you might have a parasite, like somewhere in your body that's affecting your health. And so, and again, this is not medical advice, this is my experience. And I definitely felt a lot of difference on doing the parasite cleanse, and it was kind of eye-opening to what was going on inside my body as
Right.
well.
Right.
So,
Because your brain is no longer feeling like it's attacking itself. That's the thing, right? Like we're composed of certain elements, right? Like the periodic table. There are specific elements in the human body that when you're trying to introduce food that's ultra processed, that has like ingredients you can't even pronounce, like what is actually going into your body, and so how is your body trying to process that foreign element and integrated into its ecosystem.
Right.
Right? Like we are specific elements. The human body is made of specific elements.
It is actually
Just
quite
like
fascinating.
you're just like breaking it down to that.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're introducing foreign elements, your body's going to think that it needs to attack them. And it thinks that that it's like something that is putting it in danger, and then your brain reacts to that. I think that's the most fascinating thing for me, because then your brain is now like is on hyper alert, is in fight or flight, and so you might be anxious or you might be like on edge, but you don't really know why. It's like,
Right. Or you might
try
not even
doing
know
a
that you
detox.
are. Yeah. Or it's not even, you may not even be aware that you are until you do something
Right.
about it, and then you're like, wow, I didn't
Yeah.
even realize
Yeah, I'm
that
so
that was
calm
going on with
now.
me. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because sometimes we get used to running in that fight or flight or that adrenaline, right?
Right.
Or people can be addicted to anxiety. I mean, that's a thing. And so it's like, but once you can calm that nervous system, is it a food thing? Is it a toxin thing in your house? Is it, something that you're eating? Or like you mentioned earlier about organic, is it the pesticides and things that are on the food that's making people squirrely? Is it the plastic? You know what I mean? There's like so many different,
Right.
and again, everybody is at their own place on like figuring out where this lands for you.
Right.
And it is, again, it's a process, and it's doing it all at once. I mean, unless you're a multimillionaire, would be really challenging to do.
And just rough on your body and your mind. Like you do want to take steps to detoxing.
Yes.
I think. Like
Yes.
you want to do it. Like you want to wean off.
Yes.
You want to introduce things, and yeah. I want to take a little of a break and just say hi to our people online. I don't know if you have anybody online. I see Renee, and let's see. I think Sebastian is on here. Mehmet is on here. Pujan. Hey, Dr. Puj. I don't know if you can hear us or see us. You can drop in comments. We can respond. Just wanted to say hi real quick and take a little bit of just a breather, because we've been talking for a long time. We've been talking really
Ooh,
fast.
maybe take
I
a
think
little
that coffee hit.
drink. Yeah.
And
Coffee's great.
then let's go into your blog. So
Okay, real quick,
I've-
let me say hi to the people that are on for
Okay,
me.
you say hi.
So we have Leaf Skin Care, which sounds amazing, and then Interorbit, and then Sam, and then I have a dear friend of mine, AOL Houston, who also did a podcast for a while that I was on, and so welcome.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank
Let us
you.
know if you have any questions or if you want just to say anything. It's okay if you tell us we're wrong. We'll fight you. Cherie's ready to fight.
I like to talk about this
I'm more
stuff like
peace and love,
all
but
the
she'll
time.
fight.
Like this, I love all this stuff. You said what? What did you say?
That I'm peace and love, but you'll fight.
I'll fight.
You're like, bring it. I mean, yeah,
I
so,
there's some things that I just feel passionately and strongly about.
no, I could fight
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of been like a lifestyle and something that I'm just really aware of because I have my daughter, and it's something that I implement without really thinking about it. But you've written blogs about this, and you
I have.
like did like a whole business around, and you continue to do businesses around holistic living and wellness. And I remember when I first met you and why we kind of restarted this was because you were doing the whole zero waste thing, and that's still something I'm striving for. And so I want to hear a little bit about your professional journey around this, and then talk about the blog and mention some of the documentaries you mentioned there, or just some information, whatever you want to share.
Well, I'll just fast forward to where you and I met, and I was super into like sustainability and really like seeing like all the waste that was going on. Also doing events. I do sound baths, and I was with some other women, and we were creating events around Houston, which was a ton of fun and a lot of work, but very rewarding as well. And then the sustainability aspect, and I just felt like super passionate about like really starting to realize like all of the toxins that were around. And trying to encourage people to take their own bags to the grocery store and different things just to like cut back on the plastic when I found out that the plastic bags, there's literally like nothing that they can do. Like recycling bins don't even take them. Like there's zero nothing with those. They
Right.
can't like reuse them for anything. And I know that some people will, you know, yes, they have the boxes at some stores that you can put your paper bags in, your plastic bags in, but they literally they don't go anywhere. Like there's no, and honestly, I've stopped since I've been down so many rabbit holes on this. I've actually stopped even recycling plastic.
Wow.
And I don't even know if plastic is real. I mean, recycling is real, honestly. I think that there's some levels of recycling that is, but I stopped doing the plastic because I did a workshop 8 years ago on like where did the plastics go? Well, a lot of our plastic was going to China, and they were like reusing it. Well, they quit taking our plastic because basically we were sending them trash. And they're like, we don't want your trash anymore. So they quit taking it. So like there's literally like in the US, I don't think that there's anything, like there's nowhere for it to go. And so I'm like, it's gonna go to the landfills, or some of us have seen the videos where they end up going to the ocean.
They're like in space now. They're throwing plastic into space.
So it's, again, there's no really, so another reason to try to cut out plastics, which can be challenging, especially going to farmers markets and things, because a lot of the things you get is in plastics. So, but one way that you can is to start taking your own bags, Canva bags, to the grocery store. Or when you go to the coffee shop, bring your own cup. A lot of cups around Houston are totally willing for you to use your own cup when you go. Just make sure if you're getting something hot, or find out the sizes of the coffee shop you like. I have one size that I do for iced drinks, and then one for hot. And whenever I'm getting out of the car, I grab one of those and I take it in with me. Yeah. So it's a step in the direction of, yes, corporations do so much more waste than the individual, but I'm doing my part because it makes me feel good. I feel like I'm doing my part as a little pebble in, a little grain of sand. I'm doing my part.
You'd be surprised how much just 10% of people shifting their behavior can affect the economy.
Well, and we vote with our money.
Right.
So where are you willing to put your money?
Right.
Like where,
Right. What are you literally buying into, like paying for, right?
Right.
Like what are you really, like, that's how we vote. That's how we vote every day. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about, because
the blog.
It's 1:15 already. Let's just talk about the watch these first. So we're looking at Cherie's blog.
I have a blog that I did.
If you guys are on Instagram, I'm going to put it in the chat.
And it was...
I posted it in the chat.
It's kind of interesting because now that I'm looking at it, because it was last year that I wrote it, and 5 ingredient truths, greenwashing lawsuits, labels, food toxins, must-watch documentaries. And now going back and looking at it, like each one of these should have been its own blog.
So she's going to go back and redo
but
that.
I tend to overdo.
But let's just talk about so all the way at the bottom of the blog, because we've only got like 5 minutes. We want to talk just a little bit about the documentaries.
The must watch.
Yeah.
So Food Inc. was one of the documentaries that I had watched, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, that had really kind of opened my eyes to like some of the things that was going on in the food industry. And I don't know, I just think that the more that people see like what's going on, like by watching documentaries, that you're going to get a clearer view on what you want to do and what you don't want to do as well.
Right.
Right? And so there's The Poisoned, and on here I have like where you can find them now, if it's on Netflix or Amazon, and I have the links here as well, so you can click on them and go to them. And I just think that, the chemicals, the stink, which is about the hidden chemicals in the personal care and the household items, and the fragrance loopholes, because that is, again, there's the food, there's what we're putting in our body, but there's also like what we're putting in our body and then what we're putting on our body. And so being our skin as our largest organ, everything that you're putting on your body, it is sinking into your bloodstream.
Yeah, your skin is your largest organ.
Into your body.
Your skin is your largest organ.
Correct.
Yeah.
So anything you put on that is going to affect your health as well. And then...
That's like it's straight into your bloodstream.
Correct.
Whatever goes on your skin is straight into your bloodstream. So you think about like really, like the beauty industry.
Right.
All of the hormones in perfumes and lotions and makeup, all this, like the millions of chemicals that women, I don't know how much stuff men put on. I think men also do stuff. But
Yeah. I think men do
women,
stuff, but women definitely, we do more.
right.
You know, and it's interesting when that whole thing came out in the beginning. It's like every woman puts 168 toxins on their bodies a day. You know, this was like trendy a couple years ago. And it's like, I don't put that many toxins. And then when I started going, oh, because it's per product. Okay, yes, when you layer those, you are getting more toxins on there. And up in the blog, I actually talk about some different toxins as well under some of the lawsuits. So I find this interesting because, I mean, and again, you can go on here, I have the sources, so you can click on that and it'll take you to where I've got this information from. But, you know, the talc industry. I mean, this was like a huge argument, and just to like watch the documentary that the talc was on, and I think I have the source. I think that might be what I did was the show right here, but it's the darker, deeper beauty or something like that. I can put that in there as well, and I have done a reel on that also. But the talc industry. So this was the talc was Johnson & Johnson, and it was marketed to babies, but what was happening is a lot of women were using them in their intimates places, and they were getting ovarian cancer. And Johnson & Johnson, who has had this product out for over 100 years, has come out and made statements, and, you know, this is not, there's no proof of this, and, you know, there's no whatever, and, you know, it's like, but ultimately there was, and the FDA had asked them to remove that in the 50s. Because it wasn't,
And they never did.
And they never did.
Wow.
Because again, so there's like all of these different things that it's like, as soon as I get wind of something like being toxic, it usually ends up in the long run being toxic, like fake sweeteners or, you know what I mean, different things that it's like, it ends up coming out. And now with social media and being able to research things, it's so much bigger, right? Like you can go to PubMed and you can like research papers on this stuff, and you can see like what's come out, and it's like people are like, you know, well, there's only like 1 or 2 research papers, and it's like, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
There's going to be more.
Yeah.
And that's just been my experience through doing all of these things for as long as I have. But yeah, in fragrances, the phthalate and how much it destroys your hormones, sunscreen. Wear sunscreen, wear sunscreen, wear sunscreen. Well, for years, there's been the ingredient benzene. Okay, benzene is a known carcinogen. And when you put benzene on your skin and you go in the sun, people are getting leukemia from this. So I have affiliate links on my website. All of this, I have safe sunscreen, makeup, skincare, hair care.
Ooh, we gotta bring them. You gotta bring your products.
Yeah, we could do that.
Ooh,
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of resources on my page under my Shop Clean. I've got tons of products that I've researched. And
what's your page?
It's Cherie Marie is my website. And Instagram is also, it's Cherie Marie. So TikTok is also, it's Cherie Marie. So depending on what platform you're on. And YouTube is also the same. So depending on what platform you're on.
It's Cherie Marie.
It's Cherie Marie. That's me. So
awesome. Well, we could go into this forever, and we
Forever.
will, but we just wanted to introduce it today.
and cover a lot of broad topics, but we will niche into them.
Yes, and we'll also be interviewing people. We are looking to interview Eric from King Steak this month. Look out for that. We might be visiting the restaurant. So Cherie and I just recently went because you tell the story.
Well, I got an invitation as an influencer. So my first influencer event, it was very exciting. And because I've been posting about seed oil-free restaurants, so I got an invite to come because it's a seed oil-free steakhouse. And they also are farm to table. They source locally as much as possible. Like, it's like after everything that I was like, okay, I have questions because it's not all on their website. And so it was like, I was like, this, yep, this, yep, this. And it was like, great, love it, let's do it. And they're also 98% gluten-free. So what other steakhouses like this? And we have it right here in Houston by the Galleria. So yes, we are working on getting Eric in. So hopefully he will be here soon.
Yes.
Yes.
And we'll continue to dive deep into food as medicine. Do let us know if you have any questions. Send them to either Cherie or I on any of our platforms. and let us know what you think. We love feedback. And thank you for joining us. Thank you to anybody that was with us on Instagram. We are
Yes.
also on YouTube. Cherie's on Facebook. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors. We're at 801 Travis, and they are sponsoring the space and the productions, or mostly the space. Thank you to the Innovation Hub and Iron Grove also for supporting our mission. Do you want to say thank you to anybody?
I just want to say thank you to you guys for putting this on and for you asking me to come and do the show. And I'm super excited about all of the possibilities around having, sharing what we both know about health and wellness, and yours niches the mental, in the mental health. And I'm just super excited about sharing all of this with other people on this amazing platform. So
Yeah.
I want to thank you both meaning our cameraman, Benjamin, as well, for doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll be here. We'll try to start at noon. We know we started a little late. We went a little late, but we want to start at noon to 1 on Mondays, and we'll be exploring how being clean affects your mental health and your behavior and how you show up in the world on Mondays at noon. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.